5 years. I entered into academia in 98, and for the last 20 years, I am with Institute of Technology and Science, Ghaziabad. Objective of these 2 lines is not just to introduce myself, but the kind of challenge as a teacher, as a faculty, each of us are either facing or at some point of time we are encountering. When I left Global Telesystems Mumbai in 1998, I was database administrator there. People, those who are from technical background, they will appreciate what is the role of DBA. In fact, in industry, the role of DBA starts when work of everyone stops. At that time when I left that job, I used to consider myself an expert in databases, where I worked on mainframe systems with virtually all the databases, whether it was a mainframe database, IMS or IDMS or Oracle or DB2. And I'd also a part of the team that migrated the data bank of Tokyo, that was one of the largest bank in the world, on Oracle database. So I had all the reasons to feel more competent and confident from anybody else. When I joined in 1998 this institution, in 2003, we were thinking of installing our own database. And the database was on Oracle, on which I used to work. I went to my lab. I asked my lab staff and technical staff that I know how to install, how to use it. Let me see this. You won't believe when I switched on that machine where this Oracle was installed, I could not recognize that this is the Oracle, the same Oracle which I used to work on 6 years back. Means the kind of, on the pace on which this technology is changing, the way this technology has reached now at this stage where presently it is, if you look at the crux of technological evolution, you will find that technology has evolved around 3 major factors. Number 1, data. And whether it is today or thousands of years back, each of us or our ancestors must have involved at some point of time in their life or organization of a society and their family in decision making. And to take decisions, we need some data. So there was nothing new. That data was needed for all the times. So what was required? People tried to make it more structured, more focused, and ensure that the data is stored and available to those who actually need it. And that's where the concept of organizing data, creating some kind of mechanism and framework where data could be stored was created. And that's how, in 1960s, formally, computer people started thinking on those lines. Now, merely creating that storage or space where data could be kept was not the ultimate purpose, because we need that data for our individual purposes, our family purpose, for decision making in society, in our business, in organizations. So people, those who are responsible for decision making, how to ensure that this data reaches on time, accurately, and at right place. That's where that kind of connectivity was required, and people started working on networks. Now, then, that data reaches to those people in a safer, securer manner, people started working on security. Now, if we look at today, the kind of technology we are having, entire technology can be classified in 3 dimensions. The network, which started with wired, transformed into wireless, moved into Bluetooth, then mobile. The application, the way we used to communicate, interact, exchange our views and ideas, have from letters to emails, now social media. The way we used to perceive the things, the ability to understand actually what is stored, ability to find the patterns which is there behind the data, which could be used not only decision making, which conventionally we can access the data what we have. But can we predict something that what is there 5 years down the line from today? Can we have something which we call forecasting? So the way we have been using this data, that has changed. And now we have analytics as a total, completely transformed domain altogether. And then, see, in 1930, so there was a survey, which research was conducted, and it was concluded that entire universe, that the amount of data which universe had, it can double in 70 years. It will take 70 years to double the data in 1930. In 1946-45, there was prediction that now that time was reduced from 70 years to 30 years. And in late 90s, 97, 98, that it has been predicted now from 2020 onwards, this will take 7 hours to double the entire universe data. Now, if that data is doubling, where to store this data? We need some kind of mechanism where we can do this, and that's where the concept of clouds has started. So now we are living in an era which is prominently dominated by SMAC. People, those who are from IT background and digital and ELETS, and since they have been, they came with a special issue on this. Social media, S, mobility, M, analytics, A, and C, clouds. Now, whatever technology is coming now, whether it is artificial intelligence, whether it is machine learning, whether it is IoT, whether it is robotics, now people have started talking about IoE, Internet of Everything. Now, whatever technology we take, ultimately, all these new developments are just enhancing the way those technologies were developed. Now, the biggest challenge is, if technology is changing at so fast a speed, as an educator, when our product, which we call product, unfortunate it is, but students who are coming out, are they capable to face these challenges? Are they capable, are they employable in fact? And if they're not employable, at some place, at some point of time, as a teacher, as a faculty, we have to own this responsibility. Because Alvin Toffler has rightly said that as a human being, it is very important that 3 principles as a teacher, as a faculty, as an individual also we should apply. Learn, we are learning every day. Then unlearn. Because with the changes taking place in society, in the technology, if we do not unlearn, there is the possibility of learning newer things will stop. So relearn. And as a faculty, students will learn, will get inspired, or rather inspired by the kind of faculty they have. And as a faculty, if we can imbibe, we can understand this, the principle of learning, unlearning, and relearning, probably it will keep ourselves up to date. It will help students to understand what actually is required when they complete the course, because if a 3 years program today students attend, you all know, after 3 years, that technology gets isolated. That technology is not there. So as a faculty, the primary requirement is to understand what is happening today, what was in past, and if we link these 2 things, where the future directions are going to. And if we can predict that, if we can tell our students, if we can educate our students that in what direction this technology is going, probably that will be the correct role we could be played. And last thing, that technology since 1960s, it has evolved to ease our repeated jobs, to improve our lifestyle, but it has never stopped, it has never prevented to involve our cultural and moral values. I don't know where the gap is, but at least technology itself is not responsible. Somehow, probably these technologies which are available to us, we could not use it responsibly or carefully. That's where each of us, as an individual, as an element of society, need to understand, so that the devastations which are taking place because excess uses of technology or irresponsible uses of technology can be stopped. Thank you so much.